No candidate has won the presidency without winning two of these three states: Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida. This morning, brand new polls from those swing states. Here to break it all down, the director of the University of Virginia's Center for Politics, Larry Sabato, who, as we can see, is out in the front yard today. Larry, good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephen. I am not in the front yard, and there is not a blue bubble floating behind me.
It's just some of that TV magic. All right, let's talk
polls.
Poll magic. I'm going to give you these three brand new Quinnipiac polls. In the state of Florida, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are pretty much tied. In the state of Pennsylvania, they are pretty much tied. And finally, in the state of Ohio, Trump actually leads Hillary Clinton by 4 points. Larry, give us some analysis here.
The analysis is that the top numbers, the top line numbers you just read, and this is so appropriate for you, Steve, really don't matter. It's May. And these races, according to Quinnipiac at least, are tied in these three states. You have to go into the poll to see what's significant. The number one thing that I think is significant from these polls is that average Republicans, rank and file Republicans, have more or less coalesced around Donald Trump. That is, the rank and file is ahead of the leadership, which is still disputing whether Donald Trump should be the nominee or whether they should support Donald Trump as the nominee. And that obviously is important. You need a unified party, at least at the base, in order to win an election.
Sure. So, Larry, while the rank and file seems to be coalescing around Donald Trump, a couple of days ago you got Paul Ryan saying, you know, I don't know if I'm going to endorse him yet. My question to you is, what needs to happen when they come out of this meeting that they're going to have on Thursday, when Donald Trump and Paul Ryan step to the microphone? What are they going to say?
Well, if they're smart, and particularly Paul Ryan, I think, given his future, it probably will be sweetness and light. Whatever they really believe about one another and whatever they really think, you know, this will be a shock to you in particular, Steve, but politicians hide their real feelings. And they often project a phony front, but it works.
Right.
And so that's what they should do, because this is kind of a silly dispute that doesn't get the Republicans anything.
Absolutely. I mean, Paul Ryan is the co-chair of the big party, the nominating convention, where Donald Trump's going to get the nod. You know, if he doesn't want to do that, he would have bowed out by now, but he's a politician. He wants to get stuff done, especially if Trump's president.
And the other thing that's key here is Ryan has to defend his membership. His members in some of those swing districts, they're worried. Well, the way to take care of the worry, I think at this point, is to forget about independent candidates or third-party candidates, because it's just not happening.
Yep.
You just don't see them running. Romney isn't going to do it. Other people who've been approached aren't going to do it. So they're going to have to stand together. United we stand, divided we fall. That applies to both parties, and particularly to the Republicans this year.
I think you're probably about right. Larry Sabato joined us from the University of Virginia. Stop it. Larry, thank you very much. Have a great week.
Thank you, Steve.